Hello, Red Eye. So what's going on, guys? I wanted to talk about the proper way to calibrate your scale. Whether you have a new one, the new ones generally tend to come and they're already calibrated. But if you ever get a used one, because of what we do for the website and for RER, the educational services, I come into a lot of used equipment. Scales are one of them. So once we get them in, we take a little time, make sure that they're calibrated right. And recently I had two customers talk to me saying that they got a scale in and it wasn't quite right, and they asked me what was wrong. And rather than explain it the long way, I decided to make this video because I figured if they asked, other people must ask, right? So this is an RCBS 1010 scale. How to calibrate it, all right? You get the scale, you zero it out. You can see I have this is set to 0, this is set to 0, and yet it's still off, okay? The check weight is there, but that doesn't help you until you figure out how to get it to 0, right? So what you do is, first you have it, you can see that it's low, make sure it's not hung up anywhere and it's moving free. You're gonna, inside the pan, the hanger for the pan, you'll see a little screw here. This screw will open up and you can hear it inside. This is how you calibrate it. So now that pan is for this other scale. This, the 1010, you're going to do the same idea. So first you have it off, you have everything set to 0, make sure nothing's hung up, make sure you clean this pivot point. It doesn't have any dust buildup or oil, sticky, anything like that. Make sure your scale is clean. That's why the 1010s come with this great scale. This great cover, okay? Now, we're going to sit down and we're going to try to take some of these. These are pins and chips that I use for wet tumbling, but they'll suit this purpose also. You'll notice inside the pan, you will see that it has BBs, shot, basically lead. I use these, I use anything. These are chips of lead, but sometimes they're hard to be consistent, okay? So, and you see we're creeping up there. Let's try to put a couple more of these in. Getting there. Oh, and there it is. It's about as close as 0 as we're going to get without chasing little pieces of dust and sand particles. Now we know what it needs. So we're going to take this, we'll take this off. And inside you can see the little bearings that they use at the factory to do it. So what we'll do is we'll take these, add them in there. There you go. Now you don't have to torque this down hard, because it's just a little piece of sheet metal bent and you'll strip it out very easily. And then we put it back on here, put it with this, and it should be at 0 again. There it is. So now you have your scale calibrated, okay? You know it's zeroed out. So what we can do now is you have the check weight, and we'll put the check weight in. Should be 250, I guess. And there it is with the check weight, known weight, 250 grains, right on the money, 250 grains, okay? All right, so this same approach works for any of the RCBS scales, also some of the LYMANs, anything with the pan that you see with the base here. They've always had this kind of hanger. So there are different ways to do it, but all essentially is changing those bearings. You can even add slips of paper, anything, sand, whatever it takes.